Hi, everyone. We have Tariq Castro-Fields here with us. As always, raise your hand and we'll get your question answered. We'll start with Greg Pickle.
Thank you. How you doing, Tariq?
How you doing?
Awesome. Hey, I just wanted to ask how you feel like the first 5 weeks have gone for you so far. Obviously, I think teams have not really thrown your way too much, and you've been out there for a lot of snaps.
Yeah, I think I've been playing good. Just trying to always just be consistent, as I say a lot, and just bring the rest of the corners up and keep mentoring guys and being a leader on this defense. But I mean, I've been happy, and I'm just happy I'm able to keep playing and keep progressing and keep improving my game.
Rich Scarcella.
Good afternoon, Tariq. How important is guarding against play action against a team like Iowa that does it so frequently? What's the key to that as a cornerback?
Yeah, I would just say, I mean, if I have a pass responsibility, I defend the pass. If my job is to fit the run, then my job is to be physical and go make a tackle and fit the run and set edges and things like that. But just knowing your responsibility, knowing your role within the defense, and then just not being Superman, like that's pretty much everything.
Tyler Donahue.
Tariq, hope you're doing well. Wanted to ask you about Daquan Hardy. He made some plays. It was a starter last week. Just how much improvement has he made to get to this point now in year 3 in his career?
Yeah, I mean, Dede has definitely grown a lot within his 3 years here. He's definitely a more mature player in terms of like film study, in terms of knowing the defense, in terms of just practice habits, which has helped him this year greatly. I mean, he has a hard job covering slot receivers, and that's his number one job in his role. So he's definitely thriving right now. He's going to keep improving.
Mark Brennan.
Sorry about that. Had trouble unmuting. Tariq, there's been a lot of focus on the number of turnovers Iowa has forced this year. How much pride do you guys take in doing that as well? And how important will that be for you in a game like this week to continue to do what you're doing turnover-wise? Thanks.
Yeah, I mean, turnover is definitely something that we pride ourselves on as a whole defense, but especially in the DB room of just getting your hands on the ball, deflections, PBUs, interceptions, and things like that, just trying to create havoc back there. And then, of course, like when you go in a game, a big game, and you create turnovers, that flips momentum, that sets our offense up perfectly with a field position, helps you in the field position battle, and little things like that. So our goal is always just to get 3 turnovers a game or more, and that's going to be big for us, especially on Saturday.
Joe Giuliano.
Hi, Tariq. You mentioned to an answer to an earlier question, you don't want to play Superman. Coach Franklin talked Tuesday about the importance of everybody on defense accepting his own responsibility. What's that been like this year to help your defense play so well?
Yeah, I think it's just no one trying to be, just no one trying to do someone else's job. Like, I mean, we have great players all around. In the secondary, linebacker level, the D-line level. So not one man has to carry the load. Like, there's 11 players on the field for a reason. Football is one of the greatest team sports there is, to where, like, I rely on everyone to do their job. They rely on me to do my job. So when you kind of have that cohesion and that chemistry of everyone just wanting to do their job, then success is going to come from that always. So.
Max Ralph.
Hey, Tariq, thanks for your time. What have you seen from this Iowa passing attack this year?
Yeah, I think they've been doing a good job of just getting their playmakers the ball from outside to tight ends to the running back, even comes out the backfield and runs routes and things like that. And then they're also they make plays after the catch as well. So we got to get them to the ground, limit that. And of course, as y'all know, their play action shots and play action passes coming off their run works really well. So we're definitely focused on that and trying to watch film on that and know it better. So.
Seth Angle.
What's up, Tariq? Just wondering, what does it mean to step into Iowa City with a plethora of playmakers who have experience winning in that stadium? How does that kind of build your team going into this weekend?
I mean, I think that does play a factor. I played there. I think what is this? This would be my third time playing there since I played there as a freshman. So, I can kind of share my experiences I had there. Everyone knows that it's rowdy. The fans are super close to you and things like that. So, I personally can share that knowledge. But yeah, I just think we focus on our process, practice today, practice yesterday, and just finish the week off strong. No matter where we play, like I think guys will be ready. So.
Greg Pickle.
You're not the first guy to have mentioned this idea of kind of playing within yourself and doing your job and things like that. And you've been here a long time. Is this year, are you guys doing that more so than normal, or is it just noticeable more because of the results?
Yeah, I think yeah, it's just more noticeable now, I would say, because I think every year everyone tries to do their job and just do their job. But I feel like this year, even more, it's just like we're focused on it. And then Coach Pry has always preached, especially this season and like during spring practice and winter and the summer, about accountability. That's on and off the field. So if you're accountable to your job, then you're going to do your job only, and then you're not going to worry about anything else. So I think it's been preached more this year for sure, though, about just accountability, making sure the coaches can count on you, making sure your teammates can count on you, and little things like that. So,
Rich Scarcella.
Tariq, I want to go back to talking about playing there in Iowa City. Have you, with the stands being so close, have you had conversations with fans during the game? I know in going way back, some fans have taken helmets, that kind of thing. And is it a unique place, or is it would you describe it as tough as any place in the Big Ten?
I mean, I try not to have conversations with the fans, but I mean, they're so close. And I mean, I had times where they yell out your number, like, "Hey, number 5, you out." Like, they're so close that, of course, like conversation is gonna happen with them talking to us. So it's definitely a tough place to play. Of course, just because how close they are. And I don't know how much it fits, but I mean, they're loud for that size of a stadium. So it's definitely a place where every year that I get a chance to go there, I'm excited just because the environment they have and their fans and things like that. So yeah, I try not to have conversations. I try to be locked in all the time. So yeah.
Tyler Donahue.
What impresses you most right now about the way Joey is playing at cornerback, and how are you seeing him maybe change the way offenses can attack your defense?
Yeah. I mean, I think Joey's just balling. I mean, he's a special talent. As y'all know, I always say he has 35-inch arms, which I don't have. So he can kind of do things where if he's beat a little bit, he stretches his arms out and makes the play. And I think he just is more smart this year of just knowing how to play zone, getting better at his press technique. He plays off. He starts press, plays off, like things that I didn't see too much last year when I wasn't playing. But this year he kind of implemented in his game. And he's still improving, of course, like we all are. So I think me and him just try to talk, because that's my roommate during games and at hotels and things like that. So we try to talk about what we see. He comes off the field. He asks me what I saw. I tell him what I saw. He tells me what he saw. So we're definitely doing a good job of just talking to each other and things like that. So, I mean, Joey's is a great corner. So I'm happy he's to the other side of me for sure.
Mark Brennan.
Tariq, following up on that, he obviously has tremendous physical skills just in the way he's built and the way he can run. How open has he been, though, to the feedback that you've given him as a guy who's been around? I mean, because I think that's kind of the sign of a good player who can listen to the older guys.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I think he came in when I was a junior, and that was a guy that Coach T assigned me to mentor. So, I mean, him being with me for 3 years now, to where he trusts what I say. He sees the work I kind of put in, so it's not just me talking. I also put in work as well. And he's just always receptive to what I have to say, what Coach T has to say, V has to say. And that's something that I always try to do my years here of just always listening, because you could just never not gain enough information, especially the position that we play. It's always going to be a mistake. It's always going to be a technique problem or error. So, he's doing a good job of just humbling himself and just trying to retain as much information he can each day. So.
Seth Engel.
So Tariq, the last time you were in Iowa City, Jaquan and PJ each put up some impressive performances. 2 years later, they're still here. What would you say are some of the main differences or similarities between the defense in 2019 and right now?
You said differences and similarities?
Yeah, differences or similarities between the two defenses.
Yeah. I mean, we got some of the same guys coming back, but I feel like the difference is like we're all older now. We're all mature. We have more games under our belt. We're just experienced, and it's gonna be better for us just because we've been there. Like the guys you named, we all been there. We've played in big moments. We played in big games and things like that. So the moment will never be too big for us. And I think that's kind of been shown when we go for sudden change. When we're in the red zone, things like that. Like we always just try to capture the moment and never let the moment be too big. So I think that's kind of a difference when you compare some of those same guys to now.
We'll go last two questions to Tyler Donahue and Mark Brennan. Go ahead, Tyler.
Thank you. If I could bring up Joey again, I think we've talked to him a lot about this, but not so much to you. Can you tell he's an NFL Pro Bowler's son in the way he can break down film and the way he does that? Because he was, studying film way before most of his peers were. Is that something you can see when you sit down with him?
I mean, I just know who his father is. I mean, like I don't know if I could tell that when we're watching film per se, just because like our defense is so different and just how you break film is kind of different here. So I wouldn't say I could tell off that, but he definitely has the same work ethic, and you could tell that he comes from a father who pushed him a whole lot and loves him a whole lot. And I mean, his father is one of the coolest dudes I've met. So for him to be able to be a Pro Bowler and then you walk up to him and he's so like humble and things like that. So he kind of gets those aspects from his dad. But I think everyone when they come in here has to learn how to watch film, like again, or if you even learned before or learned wherever, like you got to come and watch film differently just because how our defense is run, the kind of the details that we go into and little things like that. But yeah.
Final question for Mark Brennan.
Tariq, Kalen King played in his 5th game, so he's not going to redshirt. What's your assessment of kind of the way he's played, and how open has he been to some of that leadership that you were talking about?
Yeah, so Kalen is actually a guy that Coach T decided to give me to mentee this year. So, I mean, it seems like every guy I get is turning out to be like stars, you know what I mean? So I love when I get to do that just because I'm able to help someone and further along and bring them up just like guys that I brought up. But I think Kalen has been doing a good job. He's a freshman, so he's still trying to learn how to balance the school part with also the football part and just the kind of not the struggles, but the pressure and just little things that come with college that people don't normally realize of just how hectic your schedule is with school and mixing it with football and things like that. So, I mean, he's been handling it well and he just wants to keep improving, like I said, each day. And of course, he's receptive. I mean, he didn't know too much coming in, but his technique was on point. Like when he came in, he probably had the best technique I've seen from a freshman that has come early. So I think I always say it, the sky's the limit for Kalen King as long as his mental's right, as long as he keeps working hard, which he always does. I think he's going to be a great player here.
Awesome. Thank you, everyone. Thanks, Tariq.
Thank you.
Have a good rest of your day.